Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Microsoft Pulse. Today, Tamara, that's me, and Tom,
That
that's
would be
him,
me.
will be taking you through the Microsoft roadmap. Now, the roadmap is broken down into four sections. In development means Microsoft is working on this feature. Rolling out, meaning it's just started coming to the designated tenants. Then launched means you should see it in your tenant if it's within the scope of where it's being deployed. And then canceled or duplicate. So it just means that Microsoft has decided not to move forward with that or has pushed it back or it was a duplicate at some point and they're
And they're
just
just
doing some
cleaning up.
housekeeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to get started with in development. Tom, do you want to go ahead and grab a couple?
Sure, I can take a few here. So, Microsoft Copilot, since that seems to be where I spend a lot of my time. First one, domain exclusion for web grounding. So, this feature is going to allow admins to specify a limited set of sites to exclude from web grounding in Microsoft 365 Copilot and Copilot Chat. This is part of the Copilot control system, due out in January. I thought they already had something similar to this, so I don't know if it's something that's different in terms of being able to exclude things, but you're going to be able to say, hey, I don't want this site to ever be used to return any Copilot information. So you're going to have that capability. Then we also have support permission sync missed in incremental crawl. This is interesting. It says earlier permissions were synced only in the periodic full crawl, which generally had a default frequency of 1 day for most of the connectors. And this is for Copilot. Now we have support for doing permission syncs more frequently in an incremental way. So if you're putting data out there and you either want it excluded or you've changed permissions and you want it included, you're now going to be able to get that turned around faster than 1 day. That's not coming out though until June. So just keep an eye open for that if that's something you've dealt with that you figure that you really want to make some changes. Another one coming up, Outlook. Actually, I'll do the Copilot one here. SharePoint list agents. Does this, this
You can say that
enables,
again.
no, I can't, enables effortless list creation for Copilot users through prompts with intelligent schema generation and setup. This agent helps teams to quickly transform structured information and Copilot responses to SharePoint lists. This sounds really intriguing that you're going to be able to, it sounds like, create SharePoint lists via Copilot or take information that's coming back from a Copilot chat and prompts and move it into a list. Not quite sure which one that is yet, but I'm really kind of looking forward to see what this one does. It is due out in January to the worldwide Copilot tenant with SharePoint, so keep an eye open for that one. We also have one that I think is going to be really popular when it hits. Outlook. Draft emails using saved email snippets with quick parts for Outlook for Windows and web. So drafting emails is faster and easier with quick parts, now available for Outlook for Windows and web. Quick parts are saved email snippets that can be reused when composing new messages, making it easy to assemble messages with reusable parts. That is going to be a really cool time saver if people start to build up a little library of I use this snippet, I use that snippet, and just be able to go grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, emails ready, go. So that one's due out in January, so keep an eye open for that one. And I think I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to you. And if you don't hit any of the ones that I'm doing, then I'll pick up the rest.
Okay. Well, one that interests me is Microsoft Teams' new workflow app experience in Teams and SharePoint. So, the new workflow app is to provide an experience that is both simpler and faster to enable everyday Teams and SharePoint users to create automations in 3 steps or less. Now, this is similar to that 3 step workflow that we had in the olden days in SharePoint. So this item is still in development for production release. And Microsoft apologizes for any inconvenience, but it is due out in January of 2026. And that's going to be going to the worldwide tenant. Then we also have advanced collaboration analytics for GCC. This is in Microsoft Teams. So the advanced collaboration analytics for GCC provides Teams admins with insights into external collaboration patterns, covering Teams, federated domains, channels, guests, and internal users, along with recommended actions to enhance security for external collaboration. Now, that's not due out until March, but that is on its way. Then we also have autocorrect in Teams Compose.
This one's
users,
cool.
Yeah, it's about time too.
Really?
Users will now have commonly misspelled words automatically corrected in Compose. Now, I am excited about this because I cannot spell my way out of a wet paper bag.
Everything I do is SharePot. SharePot.
Yeah, SharePot. That's a big one. Or SheerPot.
Yeah, that one too.
But I spell so poorly that Microsoft, when I use spell check, it says I have 133 language packs. I still have no idea what you're trying to say.
I got nothing.
I got nothing. Move along here. Move along. So in Microsoft Teams, activity in other accounts and organizations. So users can view and respond to activity across multiple tenants without switching accounts. This used to be a pain. I'm really excited to see this. So you can triage notifications, reply to chats, and pin tenants to the left rail for quick access. This is coming out in February to the World Wide Web. Then we can also report a suspicious call in Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams now includes the capability to let users flag calls they believe are unusual or suspicious. And when a call is reported, the signal helps microphones or Microsoft strengthen security measures and reduce future unwanted or malicious call activity. This feature empowers users to actively contribute to real-time threat detection, enhancing organizational safety. And that comes out in February of 2026. And the last one I have for in development is Microsoft Teams select multiple messages to forward. I think this is really important because sometimes you can't get the gist of the meeting from just one chunk of chat. You need the thread to get the full meeting. So you can now select up to 5 messages from a chat or a channel and forward them together in one message, preserving both context and order. This is coming to the World Wide Web. Should be out by the end of January in 2026. Tom, was there anything else you wanted to cover in development?
Just one more that I'll touch on, and that is for Copilot. Review PDFs using Copilot control menu in AI actions. Excuse me. So Copilot makes PDF reviews faster and easier to explain selected text in plain language and lets you customize the prompt for tailored results so you spend less time switching between apps. So this will make it a lot easier to work with your PDFs within Copilot. And this is coming out in January 26th. And it's coming out to OneDrive, SharePoint, Copilot, Worldwide, GCC, GCC High, and DoD. So everybody gets it, and all the apps are going to have it. So that one should be interesting when it comes out.
Great. What do you like in rolling out?
So a couple things that I will throw out here. One of them is Microsoft Teams open channels in new windows. We're starting to see this more and more on your different things that you can do within Teams, where they're allowing you to break out that particular piece into a separate window to where you don't have to keep bouncing back and forth between things. So the latest that they're doing this to is if you have a channel that you're looking at, you'll be able to open that channel in a separate window, slide it over to your second monitor, and you can kind of keep on top of it without having to keep going back to it to see if something's been done. This is coming out this month and will be available for the regular Microsoft Teams worldwide tenant. The other thing that I'll mention, just because there's a lot of cool words in here, and that is Microsoft Teams enhancements to interpreter and multilingual meeting experience. So first, spoken language is now automatically detected and updated across interpreter, live captions, and live transcriptions where interpreter is enabled, keeping all speech features consistent with the language being spoken. You don't have any manual setup for that. When interpreter is disabled, live captions and transcriptions will still work, but auto-update spoken language will not be available, which may result in gibberish or inaccurate content if participants switch languages during the meeting. Next,
which would be fun.
Which would be fun. It's like, I can't read any of what they're talking about. Next, a new preparing status provides clear visual feedback while interpreter initializes, helping users know when the system is ready, especially important for multilingual meetings. Lastly, interpreter settings have also been improved for concise explanations for each configuration and field, making setup easier and minimizing confusion. So if you work in an organization where you do have multilingual parties and meetings where languages are, used back and forth within a single meeting, this is something that's going to probably make a whole lot of sense to you and will be something that you want to check out. It is rolling out in December. It's coming out to the worldwide tenant for Microsoft Teams and Copilot because Interpreter is one of the Copilot agents.
Great. There were a couple that interest me. Microsoft Teams front of room view control for town hall and webinars in Teams rooms on Android. So when a Teams room on Android is invited as a meeting presenter, the front of the room display defaults to the attendee view. Presenters always have full control from the council, including the green room and offstage management, and can switch the front of room display to presenter view without impacting attendees. This is also available in Teams Rooms Pro only. And that's coming out to worldwide. And well, it should be coming out right now. That's why we're in rolling out. So that's coming out to worldwide. Then we also have Microsoft Teams screen and window sharing on Mac via Mac's OS native experience. So Microsoft Teams is introducing a new feature that enables Mac users to share their screen or specific window using the built-in native Mac OS sharing experience. This is Mac only, and users adopt into the experience. Now that's coming out to worldwide. And then in Outlook, we have collapsible automatic replies on Outlook in Android. So now when users receive multiple automatic replies at once, they appear in a collapsed reading pane by default. Nice. Users can then expand to see all the automatic replies if desired. So that's coming out to the worldwide. And the last one I have in rolling out is Microsoft Teams tenant-owned domain impersonation protection for Teams messaging. Identify if an external user comes from a domain that is impersonating the recipient's tenant's own domains during their initial contact with an enterprise user through Teams messages. So that's going to help with security. Tom, anything else in rolling out you wanted to talk about?
No, I think I'm ready to move on to launched, all one.
Go for it.
So Microsoft Edge version 142, tab search. Tab search helps users stay organized by letting them quickly find and reopen recently closed tabs or search across all open tabs in a single view. From the same menu, they can also enable vertical tabs, access the AI-powered organized tabs features, and open workspaces. That is launched, came out this month, and it went out to worldwide Edge users.
I am so happy about this because this always happens. I have the browser set up exactly the way I want it. I've got all my tabs open, and I'm not a crazy tab person. I'm not like you, Tom,
Hey,
where he has
hey,
like 150 tabs open.
I do not
I
much.
have at most maybe 8. But I'll go to close one tab, but I'll close all the tabs.
Close all
Oh, I
but
am
this one.
so I'm just so disappointed in myself when that happens.
Control T, Control T, Control T, Control T.
Mhm. Mhm. All right. So we've got a couple in canceled. Microsoft Purview Compliance Portal, Data Lifecycle Management. The new retention actions empower automate integration. This is for US government clouds. So Microsoft apologizes for the inconvenience, but they have decided not to proceed with the new retention actions and Power Automate integration. That was due out in June of 2026, and that was for GCC, GCC High, and DoD. Then we also have the exact same one,
Only with
but
Power
with
Automate integration.
records management within Power Automate integration. So again, sorry for the inconvenience, but that's not happening. And then Microsoft Teams notify collaborators in chat that are in the office using new mention type at nearby.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm not going to see it,
Well,
but that's kind of
don't get
cool.
that excited about it because it's in the canceled section. We're not releasing this feature at this time, and Microsoft apologizes for any inconvenience this may have caused you. Enhanced in office collaboration with Microsoft Teams new at nearby mention type would have easily notified teammates who are physically present in the office, streamlining communication and fostering real time connections. This is perfect for quick discussions or impromptu meetings. At nearby keeps your team aligned and efficient, but it's not.
Now, all I can say is if I ever did at nearby in a chat or something and it came back with somebody, I'd be just a little freaked out because I work for a company that's in the Pacific Northwest. I live in Minneapolis. There better not be anybody near me if I do that.
That's fabulous. Well, everybody, that's everything that's important or impactful on the Microsoft roadmap and how it could affect your organization. We hope to see you next week. Yeah, next week
Yeah,
we'll be back.
we still got a couple weeks.
Got a couple weeks yet. So we'll be back and then we'll be taking off the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's. So it's great to see you all back here. Hope to see you next time. Have a good day.
Bye, everyone.